Hello and happy Tuesday, everybody. Hello, Jeffrey and Robin.
Hello.
All right. Well, welcome, everybody. Happy Tuesday. We do these lives for you. We want to try to build some community with you guys and answer all of your questions. That was the main reason we started these lives. So down in the comments, post your question. We'll try to put it up on the screen and answer it live about anything in the area. It doesn't have to be just about real estate. If you're wondering some questions about living here or what kind of taxes we have here or anything like that, we'll try to answer it. Sometimes we make it up, but most of the time we'll give you an answer. But tonight we've got a full agenda, and Mr. Jeffrey is first with the question tonight.
Yeah, can I just start by saying that I went to the dentist today, and so this whole left side of my face is numb. So if I start drooling all over, well, that was a hard word to say. If I start drooling all over myself tonight, that's why. I'm not having a stroke or anything.
Yeah. So it's not a normal reaction. It's different.
Listen, I told her, great dentist, love Dr. Bragg, but she knows I'm a big giant man baby, so she really gets the Novocaine going, baby.
Okay.
And so now hours later, here I am, and I feel like this side of my face is enormous.
If I start
like
seeing you go like this, though,
yeah. If I'm leaning over to one side, just yell at me. I'll be fine.
All right. So tonight we're going to talk a little bit about everywhere. We got a little bit to talk about Horizons in Summers Corner. We've got some information on Carnes that Jeff got since he lives in that neighborhood. He went out and looked at Horizons in Carnes today too. So we got a sneak preview video of that. We've got some stats. We might even talk about mortgage tonight. And then, of course, we always talk about 55 plus communities. So if you're interested in any of that, stay tuned. But really, we want to answer your questions. So definitely post them in the comments and we'll get them on the screen and try to answer them in between all of our content tonight. Where do we want to go first tonight, Jeff?
All right, let me think about this. You know what? I'm so excited about what I saw just an hour ago when I did the Carnes Horizons drive-through. Throw that up. It's about 3 minutes long, and we can talk about that for a minute.
All right, let me share my screen. There we go.
And you'll notice I was a very safe driver the whole way through. I was driving the speed limit and stopped at the stop signs and those kind of things.
What is that?
The front gate here is built. That's the guard gate. So this is going to be a gated community. We think it's going to be 600-700 homes. Isn't that what we heard, Mark? 700 maybe?
700, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 700 homes. And they did a lot of palm trees and landscaping, and they got it all pretty in there already before they even started building any houses. You'll see a berm on the left there. So they're doing some berms.
I think that right there is going to be where the pool and stuff is, right, Jeff?
I think so, yeah. I think on your drone that you were flying, you determined that's where you thought it was going to be.
That's my best guess, yeah.
And so when you make a right, and then when I make another right here in a second, you're going to see they've got, I think it was 4 model homes that they were already working on. And that makes sense because we know that they're not doing the estate style homes like they have out in Summers Corner.
Wow,
So
they're really moving.
2 of the other ones of each size. So those look like the mid sizes.
Yeah.
Mark, these ones coming up. Do these look like the cottages to you?
Yes.
I would think
Especially
so.
that second one.
Yeah. But even the cottages still have the 2-car garages.
Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely.
I think it's going to be like, so these model homes, once they get to this point, they'll probably have these model homes done in, what do you think, Mark, 4 to 6 weeks, probably 6 weeks, maybe?
Maybe not the full interior, but the 8, I would say 8 weeks.
So that puts us into, March, April, sometime in May, and they were talking about starting sales later this summer. So that makes sense.
Yep. By the time they get it decorated, you're talking June now. Yeah.
I just wonder what pricing is going to be like. We don't really have a feel yet on pricing. I think we think it's going to be more than the Summers Corner Horizons. Yes, Mark.
I think 5. I think we're going to be
Oh,
around
wow.
500.
You think we're start at 5?
Yeah, maybe 4s for the cottages, but my guess, it's recorded live here. My guess is cottages 430s, and then the mid-size are going to be 490, 500.
Okay. Well, I mean, one of the things that we know will cost, that one reason we know they'll be more expensive for sure is that being in Carnes, they're going to have hardy plank siding.
Yes.
And over in Summers Corner, they have vinyl siding. So that's
25 grand.
25 grand probably in just for that.
Yeah.
I love all the palm trees they put in.
Yeah, it looks
They put
nice.
a lot of landscaping in for sure.
Beautiful.
So this sits at the back of Carnes, and it's got easy access to all the stuff that's coming in Carnes, all the restaurants and things that are right inside Carnes and across the street, which is still technically Carnes Crossroads across the street. And then there's a back entrance that shoots right out to the hospital also. So you could actually go to the hospital by a golf cart.
It's actually on the map now.
Oh.
It says Lennar. You probably can't see it, but it says right here, Lennar Horizons at Carnes Crossroads.
Okay.
So here's a good example. This is a pond right here, and there's no lots laid out here.
Yeah, there you go.
That's why I thought for sure this would be
gotta be.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then the school is over here. So how do you think people are going to feel about that? That they're going to be able to hear all the ball games and the bells of the school and living in a 55 plus. Do you think that's going to be an issue?
I wouldn't think so. I mean, that one section of the neighborhood will be backed up to the fields, but those games are fairly limited when they're going to be having. It's not like they have games. This is an elementary school. The games are going to be, Saturdays and pretty early in the evening during the week, I would think. It's not like it'll be going till. My parents used to live over in Coosaw Creek, and Friday nights, man, that football stadium right outside Coosaw, they could hear every announcement, the football, the crowds, it was loud.
Mm-hmm.
Robin, would you be okay living there if the school's right there?
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. So I'm turning 55 this year, and I think I honestly would be okay with that because you know what? Guess what? I can close my door if I don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
I mean, I live across from Southern University, and every Saturday you hear the music going, but if I don't want to hear it, I just close my doors.
Yeah.
It's not right in the neighborhood, so I don't think it's going to be that big of a problem.
Yeah. We got a question from Heidi. Why are they putting different siding in Carnes? I'll let you answer that, Joe.
Heidi, because they have to build to the spec of the neighborhood. So Carnes Crossroads has always kind of been a higher finish of trim on the houses. That's been what was required from the developer back in the day. They set the guidelines for what this neighborhood has to look and feel like and the types of homes that they can put in here. And hardy plank was one of the things that they decided at the very beginning that all this neighborhood was going to be hardy plank. And we do see that in other neighborhoods too. For instance, Del Webb in Nexton is an all hardy plank neighborhood. And then there's other ones that are not, like Four Seasons. You can actually pick if you build from the ground up if you want hardy plank or vinyl, unless you're on the water. If you're on the water, it's got to be hardy plank.
Oh, Robin got a shout out. Says, "Hi, Robin. I just talked to you. This is Tawny.
Good to see you. Wonderful.
I texted with Tawny today.
Yes, that's the same Tawny.
Tawny asked a good question. We might as well talk about it now.
Yeah, go for it.
She was asking if you could put a deposit down, and we've had this question many times. Can you put a deposit on a piece of ground in one of these neighborhoods and then build it out later on? And the answer is no, you cannot. So whenever you put, whenever you do a contract, they're moving forward. You cannot buy a lot in these neighborhoods and then develop it, then put a house on it a year from now. So if you do something from the ground up, where you pick the lot and everything, once that process gets started, once you have a contract, you're going to be living there in 6 to 8, 9 months at the most, typically.
Yep.
And that was for Summers Corner, right?
Yes.
So
yeah, they were asking about Summers Corner, and that's, out there, Lennar is doing all spec homes, so you can't pick your lot and build everything from the ground up.
Yep.
She said we're coming from Washington. They're coming from Washington State.
Yes.
So that's a pretty far trek.
Yeah.
Although I think what airline doesn't Alaska Airline run a nonstop from Seattle to Charleston?
Is it Alaska or Frontier?
I think it might be Alaska, which was odd to me.
Huh.
But there's so many people that go back and forth because of Boeing that I think there's nonstops that go between Seattle and Charleston.
That would be crazy.
Alaska Airlines flights from Seattle to Charleston. Yeah.
Wow.
How weird is it to see an Alaskan Airlines plane at Charleston Airport?
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Like as far away as you can get in the U.S., pretty much.
Yep.
Pretty funny. Well, while we're on the Carnes, Jeff, do you want to talk about our other Carnes?
Yeah. So somebody on my neighborhood Facebook page, because I live in Carnes, posted this week, and I done stole it. So it's showing what the developer is saying, what businesses have committed to Carnes so far.
Nice.
So right there in the front out on 17 is a refuel station that's already there. And then right behind that is something we don't know what it is yet, but then they're putting a Spring Hill Suites there. And we've heard that they're going to have some convention space at that Spring Hill Suites.
Interesting.
And then right behind that is the Northwood Academy, where my kids go to school now. We've got a McDonald's up there, which is going to be lovely for my wife, because nothing makes Andrea happier than breakfast at McDonald's.
Oh, love her.
And then there's a Chase Bank coming, because God knows we need another bank in Summerville.
You got one on the other entrance that was just built.
Yeah, so I'll have 2 new banks in Carnes. And then the Publix is well underway. I would think by the end of this year, we would probably see that Publix open, I would think. I mean, they've got a pretty big structure built there already.
Yeah, nice. unless there's like water meter issues or something like that.
We actually just had a water problem in this neighborhood, didn't we, Mark?
Yes.
Yeah, house was getting delayed. We were working through that today because it wasn't actually the builder's fault. It was kind of the utilities.
What was it, like 6 months ago? They hired all these new inspectors, and water meters were delayed in COVID. Yeah, but I think it's more the inspection timeline from the county that is kind of holding stuff up for sure.
Which stinks. At the end of the day, who cares why you can't close on your house if you're planning on being at a house? It kind of important.
Yeah, Tawny says that they're going to make a week-long road trip and drive out.
Wow. I've always wanted to do that, and I am going to do that someday.
That's a long one.
I would love to go cross country.
Yes, due to Boeing, they have that flight.
That's what I thought.
That's a great flight. I guess he's taken that before.
Yes.
And Robert asking a question: what's the difference between resident and non-resident property taxes?
Yeah, so pretty significant.
Yeah.
It's more like
almost double.
Well, it's closer to 3.
3 times.
Yeah. So if your house in Carnes is if you're at $2,400 a year for your personal home, if it's your primary residence, you're going to be closer to $7,000 if it's a secondary home, or if it's a like a rental property.
Jeff, talk about the but if they're building, that first year won't really make a huge difference, because they're only taxed on the land, right?
Yeah, so you could see a really small first year tax bill, and then after the next year, when you get in, is when you'll get your regular. So sometimes we've had people that had just haven't made that their primary residence for like 6 months, but they never did end up paying the higher tax rate.
Yeah. So like if you're trying to sell your house up north somewhere, let's say, or out west, and you want to start the building here and it finishes before you sell your house, you're not really going to get whacked that bad because it's only taxed on the land.
Yep.
It'll be that second full year, basically, right?
And then, and just because this matters to some people is, Robin, you've had people where this hit, where they were, buying here and then selling where they were at. That first mortgage payment, if you're doing a mortgage here, it doesn't hit for typically a month plus however many days are left of the month you're in. So,
yeah. So it really depends on kind of what part of the month you close in.
Yeah.
So if you close at the very beginning of the month, then expect to have, a mortgage payment at the beginning of the next month, so to speak. But anywhere from the middle to the end of the month, you actually skip a month and then you don't have a mortgage payment due for yet another month after that.
Yeah. So if you closed on June 15th, your first mortgage payment wouldn't be till August 1st-ish.
Exactly. It helps a lot of people out sometimes. You know what I mean?
Especially when they're trying to pull off that, get in the new house and then we're going to close on this house and not end up with 2 mortgage payments sometimes.
Exactly. Because that's scary. I mean, just the thought of having to move, period, but much less balancing 2 mortgages or having a mortgage bam right after the other while you're moving. So helps out.
That's a great question, Robert. Thank you for asking that. Okay, so we went over that. I think
then there's some out parcel renderings of, and there's a couple that I was excited about.
So it's going to be the Publix and then a building right next to Publix, or attached, I guess, right? And then you got a building over here, and then 2 more buildings off of the 176 sign. So,
Oh, okay. One is going to be a nail salon, guaranteed.
Oh, yeah, probably.
Yes,
all right.
That's our nail salon in there.
And a liquor store. I mean, just saying.
There is a liquor store too.
Oh, Heartland Dental.
Dental, yeah. So you got a dental place. You got Firehouse Subs. What's Mocha Nut? Is that a donut place?
Ooh.
I bet it's just a coffee place.
I
don't know. It feels like a
donut there, though.
MOCHANUT.
No, MOCHINUT.
And I drink mocha frappuccinos, so I'm concerned.
It says it's a donut shop. There's one in Myrtle Beach right now.
Really?
And so we got a donut shop coming right beside a bagel shop. Well, you're gonna be just breakfast all over the place over there.
Right.
So this is Ruby's Bagels. They just opened in Nexton, next to Publix over there.
Okay.
And we tried to go there Sunday morning after church. Yeah. Jeff, the line was out the door into the parking lot.
Really?
I was like, nope, I'm not going there today.
Don't need a bagel that bad.
Yeah.
Wow.
I hope they have Asiago bagels, and I hope they have jalapeno cream cheese. I love me an Asiago bagel with jalapeno cream cheese.
Love the cream cheese. That's good.
All right, Robin, quiz time for you. What do you think Hollywood Feed is? I looked it up. I had to look it up.
It's Hollywood Feed? Like FEED. Wow. Yep. Hollywood. Okay, it's a restaurant.
That's what my thought was. It's a pet store.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it's like a highfalutin hoity-toity pet store with I looked at, they've got like fresh venison for the dogs, and it's going to be
they have refrigerated food.
I think so, yeah. That's a pretty big space for so they have like all the toys huge. And dog beds and all that kind of stuff too.
That's the size of Mocha Hunt, Ruby's, and Firehouse almost. Yeah. That's huge.
Well, don't most dog stores allow you to go in with your dog?
Yes. And I'm wondering if they're going to sell any pets.
We're gonna absolutely be taking Cheetah there. I just know my kids are gonna make me drag the dog out to take
Oh,
her
you
into
know
the pet
it.
store.
You better know it. Yeah.
The good news is that my dog has such a weird body because she's a greyhound. Her chest is so big that none of the clothes in the pet stores fit her. We have to have her specially made.
Aw.
Tawny says, I wish they would bring a Trader Joe's to there. So there's one over in Mount Pleasant, but that's, 45 to an hour away.
Yeah. That's a
Now,
taking if you're over there.
Every Facebook post that's in Cane Bay, Nexton, and Carnes, somebody recommends, why don't they put a Trader Joe's in? Which I think makes sense as well.
I've still never been inside one.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I've
really? They have one right in Mount. Look, like that's but that's the thing. Mount Pleasant, you have to go in if you're ever over there. You know what I mean?
I know. I got to try that. They're also opening up one in Myrtle Beach. I saw, and nice. Andrea went into it, and she said, "I see the draw. She liked it. Like she would never drive from here to Mount Pleasant to go there, but she did like it when she was there."
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I love a bagel with cream cheese, capers, lox, onions, and tomato.
No, Jamal. No.
I like just cream cheese.
I was with you with everything except for the capers. They're like little nasty, disgusting little pickle type thing. I hate capers.
They're like pepper.
That's only because you went to Johnson and Wales. That's why.
They made me make a cream caper sauce for a fish one time, and it was terrible.
Oh. Just that
I've been shopping at Trader Joe's for 40 years. Wow.
Oh, wow.
I'll have to get in one. We have a couple meetings in Mount Pleasant coming up soon, Mark. We have to stop in one.
Yeah, we're doing video over there soon. Building 2, they got a vet, and there's your liquor store, Robin.
So you can take your dog to the hospital next door and go next door and get drunk because it costs so much.
That's where Craig and I are going for our next video.
Ooh, Rio Chico.
Oh.
Tawny says, I hate capers too.
They're terrible.
Rio Chico's good.
Jamal likes them, so I'm going to stop bad-mouthing them because I like Jamal.
I'm really shocked that Rio Chico is going in there and they're right down the street in Cane Bay.
Yes. They're good in Cane Bay, but yeah, you're right. Oh, First Watch. Nice. And a nail salon.
Robin, there's your nail salon. You're right. What's
masa?
Japanese restaurant.
Japanese food.
Masa.
And First Watch is also that's a really good restaurant.
Isn't there one of those in Cane Bay also, Mark?
No, it's up there next to Home Depot on Main Street.
Yes. And
then there's something
one over
in Cane
on
Bay.
James Island.
Eggs Up Grills in Cane Bay.
Oh, okay. Eggs Up.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Then we got a lot of open space here. But you got Domino's and Great Clips and Five Guys.
Oh.
We almost went to Five Guys the other night. The girls wanted to go. Riley had a bunch of friends over. Do you know that teenage girls are absolutely like, as soon as you say Raising Cane's, the kids love Raising Cane's.
Abby's going there tomorrow.
See?
She's got to go for an interview over at Trident, and it's right across the street from Trident.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
And Andrew and I were just not down with Raising Cane's at night, and there's a Five Guys over there off of Rivers that we ended up going to Jersey Mike's because it was right next door, and Andrew didn't want to be more than 100 yards away from the girls.
Oh, I love it.
And
so if you live in Carnes, you're going to be able to go to all this stuff by golf cart.
Yeah.
Right. So super fun.
Maybe not Gerald's, right?
No.
Gerald's Tires?
You cannot get to Gerald's by golf cart.
But everything else.
Yeah.
Chipotle. I didn't know they were putting a Chipotle over there.
Hey, didn't they just
that's going to cost me money.
I just drove by the other day. Isn't there a Freddy's out there?
Yes.
There is, yeah. Yeah, we've been to Freddy's a few times. They have a patty melt there. It's pretty good.
Yes.
Oh,
Fleet
man.
is right across the street. I mean, You can't beat it.
Chipotle has good guacamole.
I like their food.
I'm not a guacamole chick.
I didn't
Jeff-
used to be a guacamole person, but what's the big red star? I guess that's all the stuff.
That's what we pulled out earlier. Yeah.
Okay.
The Publix and all that.
That
Didn't
whole
you say
area.
a Harris Teeter was going over here too sometime?
Yeah, so Harris Teeter, right, like underneath where the word Duncan is, that green space there,
Yeah.
Harris Teeter owns that property right there.
Oh wow.
And so they have not committed. Somebody in the neighborhood the other day actually emailed them and said that they did not have any schedule to build on that now. They're probably slowing their roll a little bit when Publix went right across the street. But we often see Publix and Harris Teeter right across the street from each other, like Home Depot and Lowe's. They did it in Nexton.
Yeah.
And they're always both packed.
Yeah. It's like when you didn't have any of those grocery stores there, like now they're both there and they're both, pretty busy.
Yep.
I don't know where it came from.
Yep.
Jamal says they need a Tender Greens restaurant. I've never heard of that.
Oh,
Tender
nice.
Greens.
Oh, that sounds like very earthy, and I like that.
And
What do you
and
eat?
he also said Trader Joe's has good guacamole, Jeff.
There you go, Jeff.
Maybe I'll take a cooler down to Mount Pleasant when I go.
Yeah.
There's a whole cooler, not a grocery bag, a whole cooler.
Well, no, I mean I need to keep it cold.
Just hit it on your way back.
Don't yell at me.
I can't.
Tawny wants to know, are they building any restaurants, businesses closer to Summers Corner? Sorry if you already talked about it. We didn't talk about it.
Didn't talk about it yet. So the answer is we sure do think so. Like that area is growing, Tawny. And so we will, I'm sure we will see more coming that way. There's not a ton there right now, but it's not far.
But you know what I do notice is every time I go out there, there's always something either new started or new finished. And it just keeps going.
It's going to sprawl. There'll be, and what is it, Robin? Probably like from in Summers Corner, you're at the grocery stores and restaurants in 12, 15 minutes, I would say.
If that, I mean, it's literally like 8 miles away. So depending on how much you speed, you know what I mean? Like
I don't speed, you speed. I'm a rules follower.
I don't know what you're talking about, but
I've seen you drive. You're lying right now. You're a speed demon.
I am not. Okay, I am. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Don't tell my insurance company. Shh.
I thought this map was pretty cool too, Jeff, because it shows how many homes are going in each area. So Cane Bay is going to have 10,000 plus homes.
Wow.
Nexton, 7,000 homes. Carnes, 5,000 total homes.
That is cool.
Crazy.
And it shows all the shopping all around. So Mackey Farms was 402 homes.
Oh yeah.
Plus Hewing is not in here.
Mm.
Maybe they just didn't know.
All that was woods at one time.
Yeah. And
Crazy.
then we don't talk about this a lot, but Google has a data center over there, 1.6 million square feet.
I wonder how I really haven't heard much about it. I wonder if it's a lot of jobs or if it's one of those things that doesn't have a lot of jobs because it's all data storage stuff.
Yeah, I think a lot of it is data storage because one of our clients runs some security over there and stuff, and he said that the new building is a lot of data stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I wish that Chick-fil-A was coming to Carnes. I need some Jesus chicken up in my neighborhood. That'd be amazing. I'm gonna work at Chick-fil-A, Robin.
Why?
I want to be the guy that goes and takes the food out to the people in the drive-thru.
You know what? I say we dress up in outfits one day, and you and I do that because I'm down. Like
I swear to you, I've actually thought about calling the Chick-fil-A manager and asking him if I could be the food delivery guy for a day just because I thought it would be fun.
I would love that. I'll join you.
Steve and Lisa tuned in. What's up, Steve and Lisa? How are you guys?
Thank you, Lisa. She texted us a friend of hers that's thinking about moving to the area, and we just reached out to them.
Yep. The best thing about Trader Joe's is they will refund your money if you don't like the product.
Oh, don't
Well,
tell
that's
Jeff
cool.
that.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
I don't think I would do that. Like,
I mean, well, first of all, you'd have to drive back over to Mount Pleasant. So
yeah, but even if it was here in Summerville, I'm probably not going to waste my time going back.
Just going to take the loss.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, okay, but from a business perspective, having them put that guarantee out there is just kind of their way of saying we stand behind our stuff. We think you're going to like it. We're so proud of it that we'll give you your money back if you don't like it.
Yeah. Good point. Good point.
It is.
All right, that's all the Karn stuff. Unless you've got something else up your sleeve.
No, just the amenity center that's coming. We'll have video here coming up in the next probably 6 weeks or so. I'm going to get the sneak preview, and I'm going to be all 007'd out with hidden cameras walking through the building. I'll get some footage, and we'll kind of show what it's what's all gonna be. But they're well underway, man. They're making progress. And Robin, have you been in Horizons in the last 3 weeks or so?
In Summer's Corner? No.
Yeah.
Last 3 weeks. Yes, I have, but I have not been anywhere. I've just driven around.
But you saw the progress they're making on the amenity center out there.
Yes. Every time I go out there, I mean, it is. I feel like.
And there's Clem on the button, ready to go.
Right. It is crazy because and it's so weird because just in the end of last year, hardly any of that was there.
Yeah.
And we're only in March.
So 24-ish thousand, 24,000 square foot clubhouse. You can see where the pool's being dug out. Look how big the pool is, Robin.
I know that's a lot of work. I absolutely know that.
And they're going to have so they're calling it a beer and wine bar now.
Oh.
So we don't think they're going to be doing food there, but they're going to have a beer and wine bar as part of the clubhouse there. So that'll be really nice. And then all the stuff that we're used to seeing: pickleball, tennis, bocce, indoor pool, outdoor pool. It's going to be great.
All right. So for all of our clients who are living in Horizons right now in Summer's Corner, y'all know y'all better get together. Somebody needs a pizza night. Somebody needs a taco night. Y'all need to get it together and come.
Well, I think they're already doing that quite a bit.
They need some food here. Like they all need to come. Just y'all just come to the bar. Bring a little snack and y'all just eat.
Well, Mark, don't they have a special place out there for food trucks that they're going to have?
Yes, it's going to be a circle just off the left side here that will have food trucks and all of that can pull up. I was wondering, do you think this is the bathrooms that are going to be out here? Because it's got plumbing all over the place.
Yeah, that's going to, that makes sense.
Yep, right across
putting
from
by the pool there. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah, when
wow,
I saw that, I was thinking that was like a pickleball court. I'm like, well, what are they only doing one for? Like, what's that about?
Right.
And I think you're right. I didn't think of that. That's the bathrooms.
Yeah, I think the pickleball courts are going to be over the right side over here somewhere.
Oh, it looks beautiful.
So we talked to somebody out there this week, and we still think they're saying end of this year. So, but could roll into first of next year. But next spring, we have every reason to believe that all this is going to be open and operating.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be next spring anyways, because they close from November to
April 1st.
April 1st, yeah. So the pool probably won't put. But if the indoor is done, like if they were smart, they would work on all the indoor stuff as soon as winter hit, so that they can be done with it.
Yep. Oh, it looks.
Now
beautiful.
I wonder if here's the thing though is they've never the HOA dues are going to go up there when this opens.
Yeah.
And they probably aren't going to charge people more for the HOA until the full package is available, I would think. But the pool wouldn't be open anyway till April, so you're right. Maybe they will do it that way.
Yeah, maybe the indoor pool, if they could get that rolling.
Right.
Yeah, that would be more important to have open now.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was pretty cool. We got a video coming out a couple weeks on that, so
Yeah, and watch when you do it, because it was a windy day when we were out there,
Yeah.
and our camera tripod got blown over. So I'm hoping the editors keep that in the video. Mark yells at me for breaking our $1,000 camera, or we didn't, but we were worried it did.
I got this expensive tripod, and he's like, "That one's too heavy. That one's too heavy." And then we bring the light ones, and
Craig did that one for video the other day. His just went like that, and I was like,
"I'll admit it. Mark is right. The one tripod that he has that wouldn't have blown over is, I do complain that it's too heavy. So I'm going to own it."
All right, let me hit on numbers real quick. I'm doing that new slide thing, just to hit it on it real quick. So buying activity did pick up this week. So last week we were just in the high 200s, I think, for total under contract. This week, 342 went under contract, or really last week. Median was 530,000 and 271 a square foot. Last week, the median on those, we were in the 520s, I think. So just in 1 week, the median went up. I think that calls for springtime, season coming up.
Yeah,
with that big of a change in just 1 week.
Yeah, we'll see if it holds for a few weeks in a row.
Yeah, and then I put in the box number 2 there. I put townhomes, because we had 68 townhomes and condos this last week.
Somebody sell a $1.7 million condo?
Yeah, there were 4 of them over $1 million. So 4 of them between 1.4 and 1.7. So that obviously was probably downtown, some of those newer ones down there. And then 30 of the 68 were in between 300 and 500. So I just thought that was a telltale sign of prices starting to creep up, because before, the majority of them were in the 250 to 350 range. Yeah. And now we're seeing almost half of them, I guess, over that $300,000 range.
And we've got, this market is increasing its townhouses. There's a lot of townhouse construction.
Yeah.
Not so many condo construction. And typically when we do have condo construction, it's high end.
Yeah.
We don't have a whole lot of $300,000-$400,000 condos being built, but we got lots of townhouses.
Yep.
For sure. 262 single family out of the 342. So that's an important number, because the last box we're going to ask you, out of those 262, how many of them were over 1 million? But before we get there, while you're thinking of your answer, that you can pop in the comments, how many of the 262 were over 1 million? Box number 5 there, just some mortgage news rates today. It looks like the average, right? It all depends on your credit score and what you have for debt to ratio and all of that. So don't think this is the rate for everyone. But 6.8 fixed and a 6.25 VA, which is down maybe a hair. Yeah. Right? Maybe a hair from the low 7s that we saw. So.
Okay.
I'm going to write down my number.
All right.
I got mine.
All right. So far, Jerry's on. Hey, Jerry. How's it going, man? Jerry says 18. Jeff says 38. Robert Gansky says 42. Oof. Valerie says 15. Ken says 38. Robin says 45.
Ken got this.
Let's see. Peggy. Hey, Peggy. I didn't forget about your question too, Peggy. We'll get back to that in a minute. Peggy says 33. Rose says 45. Rose has been on a hot streak too.
Yes.
I'm going with Rose.
Yeah. Jerry says, hey, back. Chuck says 30. Anybody else want to throw in some numbers?
Go ahead. Just let everybody know Ken and I are winners tonight.
No, that's me and Rose. Sorry.
So let me go back to my little page. I don't think anybody's gotten it yet.
Ken and I were closest then.
So the correct answer is 56.
Rose and I were all right. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's okay.
So Rose is the
Congrats,
highest.
Rose.
We're gonna hire Rose.
Seriously, Rose has been all over this.
Yeah. Jamal said, "Are those the winning lotto numbers?"
We should play those some night and just see what happens.
That's right.
For sure. Yeah. So 56, Jeff, over 1 million.
Nice.
Ken says thumbs down, Jeff.
Yeah.
Aw.
All right. Hey, can we? I don't want to miss a comment that was made here. You mind if I throw a comment up?
Yeah, go ahead.
Am I allowed to put up a comment, Mark?
Yeah, are you doing Curtis's?
Mark. Yeah.
I-
Any opinion
I'm
on
talking.
Savannah suburbs? I'm sorry?
I was talking the whole time. Did you not hear me?
I didn't know. I'm sorry. My internet cut out.
Oh, okay.
I didn't mean to be rude. I'm sorry. I'm going to be quiet. You answer.
No. I was answering you the whole time. I'm like, yeah, I'm right here.
Oh, okay. All right. So, Savannah. Okay. First of all, Curtis, this is extremely important. I have firsthand knowledge about Savannah. I went down there on St. Patrick's Day weekend. Don't ever go to Savannah on St. Patrick's Day weekend. It was bonkers insane down there. Wow, what a scene. If like 20-year-old Jeff would have loved it. 50 whatever year old Jeff, not so much. Mark, do we know of a Del Webb in Savannah? We have not heard about that, have we?
We have not, but I'm trying to search and see what we got here.
So we've got a Del Webb in the Hilton Head Market, Curtis, Sun City. If you go back on our channel, we've got some good videos of that. Big fan of the Del Webb down there at Sun City. It's a monster, much, much, much bigger than what we have here in Summerville. They've got, I think it's 3 golf courses, isn't it, Mark?
Yeah.
Wow.
But we'll look into it.
So Del Webb, Savannah at Hartwood. So it says Richmond Hill, Georgia. Models are now open. And I thought I saw a map on here. Well, let me just pull up Richmond Hill, see where that is. I think that is part of Savannah or very close to it.
The outskirt, yeah.
Where is Savannah? Yeah, so it's just south of Savannah.
Okay.
So here's Savannah. Here's Richmond Hill. Yeah, it looks like they have the same stuff. Mystique 471, 483. Yeah, they look maybe a tad bit less than Del Webb Nexton base prices. Can you guys hear me all right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm thinking about this. Yeah, we'll have to do some research on that.
Yeah, so the bad thing is we can't cover Savannah because it's a different state. But we have partners down there that can definitely take care of you.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
Well, thanks for bringing that to the table.
Yeah.
I'll reach out to you, Curtis, about that once we find out some more, because I didn't even know that they had anything down in Savannah like that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay.
But don't go on St. Patrick's Day.
Valerie said, late to the party tonight. Love all the Trader Joe's comments. I've been working at Trader Joe's for 3 years. Wow. So we've got inside experts.
Yeah. Woohoo.
So as I understand it, Trader Joe's has a lot of like prepared foods. Like we were talking, Jamal was talking about, I think the avocado or the guacamole. Valerie, what's the one thing that is you must try at Trader Joe's from an insider? What's the one thing you love that they have?
And then, Jeff, what we should do is whatever she says, we go get it and we do a video on it, like we did for the Chick-fil-A sandwich.
You go get it.
Oh,
You bring it back
goodness.
to your team, y'all. You bring it back
Yeah.
to your team.
Well.
We like to eat. We like food.
Go back and look at Mark's face when I had him try the Chick-fil-A cauliflower chicken or the cauliflower sandwich. It did not go well.
That bad?
It was not good. Jesus chicken did not.
Oh, Mark's face doesn't
wasn't
lie.
Yeah, I was not playing that up at all. That's how
No, it was.
Love
I
that.
thought I was gonna puke.
Oh, what?
generally does the 55 plus community pool areas, although you allow you to bring your own alcoholic beverages, ice chests, etc.
Curtis,
Yes,
I
sir.
love the way you
Yeah,
think.
no glass bottles, but yes, and we've seen people sitting poolside having their drinks at Four Seasons, Del Webb, all those. Yeah.
So what
And
you need
the,
is
the
your
Del
own
Webb
40
Nexon is
ounce
going to have that
Stanley.
bar.
Yeah, Del Webb Nexton will have its own bar and grill, so they're actually doing food over there also.
Oh boy.
Valerie says, "I like Curtis."
I like Curtis too.
You've got friends already, Curtis. Jerry said, "Is there a new Trader Joe's coming there?" No, we were just talking. People
No.
were saying it would be great to have a Trader Joe's. There is one in Mount Pleasant, Jerry, but we would love one up here for sure.
But listen, I mean, if there's one in Mount Pleasant, there's one coming to Myrtle Beach. With everything that is coming to Summerville, it is not at all absurd to think that they would put one
No.
here.
And I will tell you, the closest thing next to that is Harris Teeter, and they're amazing.
Yeah, especially this flagship one in Nexton.
Yeah.
She says, "I love the salad kits."
Oh,
Valerie,
okay.
look at Mark and I. Know your audience here. For God's
Wait,
sake,
get to the second
chicken
sentence.
dip or something. Salad kits.
All right, we got to try a salad, Jeff. We got to try a
All right,
salad.
I'll try salad with the buttered chicken.
Yeah, the entire frozen section is amazing. If you like Indian food, the butter chicken is amazing. All right, we can try that.
You know what? I'm gonna throw some coolers in the bag when we do go down to Mount Pleasant next, because I just know I'm gonna go in there. It's like when I came home with all the frozen pork loins from Buc-ee's in a cooler. I'm gonna come home with like $500 worth of stuff.
Look,
I love it.
Patrick said the butter chicken too.
All right.
Okay.
We're going.
So that's two votes for butter chicken.
We're
So
going.
let me
Hey,
get the
listen.
Peggy-
We'll sell you a house in Mount Pleasant if you want to go. We do plenty of work in Mount Pleasant.
Yeah.
You want to live in Mount Pleasant right by this one? We'll make it happen.
Let me get to
Absolutely.
Peggy's question from last week because I didn't want to forget.
Yeah.
So Peggy had asked last week, is the surf park still coming to the Cane Bay area? And so I reached out to somebody that will introduce in a future date that goes to all the Berkeley County meetings. And I talked to her today about it. And she said it hasn't been turned down, but it also hasn't been fully approved yet. And the real reason for the surf park was maybe to get around some of the moratorium of building, because it's not just the surf park that would be in that area. It would be multi-use. So townhomes, single family, commercial, the surf park resort as well. But this isn't just a surf park like, going to the local park down the street and the whirling waters and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Supposedly, like one lesson at the surf park is going to be a couple $100. So
Wow.
I don't think it's going to be a draw for local people as much as a bring in people from outside the area.
More tourism.
Yeah,
Right.
tourism. That's right. Lisa said, "What surf park? Sorry, not familiar." So on the corner of Black Tom Road and Highway 176. So if you go at the back entrance of Cane Bay, take a left, go about 2 miles down, you're going to hit 176. They're in their due diligence to put like a resort style surf park area, townhomes, maybe some more single family. They haven't figured out all of what it is, but obviously, the county needs more infrastructure. So if we have the tax money from a resort type place or a draw in for tourism, that's going to be better for the infrastructure of Berkeley County.
So am I gonna have to get like Charleston Area Living Speedos if the surf park opens?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's a rough one.
We are not.
Robin McKenzie's like, oh wow. Ew.
We are not
Did you see
wearing
her face
speedos.
when I said that?
That was not played up either. That
was
was
just her honest response.
Yeah.
I think she might have pictured it in her head, and it actually
You
caused
know,
her pain.
I have no filter.
Yes.
What do you want?
Peggy said, I'd be happy with just some retail. So, yeah. I think your retail is going to come closer to Summerwind and on that side of the lake over there. Once they do up that 650,000 square feet of office and retail and restaurants and things like that over by the lake, it'll be closer to that side for now. We haven't really heard of any other. I know you also asked about Sheep Island Road. Haven't heard about that yet, but that might be some of the retail going by the surf park as well. So.
Now, I know going into Cane Bay, the back way that they have, and it's very isolated. I think it's off that Black Tom Road. Peggy, there is a nail salon in a little strip mall right there. I promise you there is a nail salon. I saw it. I stopped. I had to make sure it was real, but it's there. I'm telling you. Everybody needs a good nail salon, y'all.
Thank God. I was so concerned I couldn't get my nails did at the backside of Cane Bay. All is right
Nails
with the
and
world
alcohol.
Jamal said, I'm proud to admit that in my shopping at Trader Joe's, I've eaten just about every product there.
Wow.
Well, we missed a comment that he did before, but he said that they'll open something up and let you try it if you're in the store also. Well,
Oh, really?
We're going to Trader Joe's. Mark and I will be at Trader Joe's. We'll get some video.
Field trip. I'll drive over there.
Trip.
All right. Let me know.
Yep.
He said the wraps are good at Trader Joe's too.
Oh, I like good wrap. Yeah.
Jerry said, can't wait to meet you guys and look at a few neighborhoods in June. Yes. We can't wait
forward
to meet you too, man. That'll be great. Jackie, what's up, Jackie?
Jackie Q.
Says, hello, friends. Okay, good question here. Are they working on the club at Summers Corner?
Yeah, we're probably due to go out there and get some drone out there again, Mark. They are. They are not nearly as far, at least from what I saw last, as what I would say they're doing at Horizons.
Right.
So, but I would guess that we will see the club open out there next year. But from what we've heard, it's going to be pretty phenomenal. Huge resort style pool. And I believe like more of a full scale restaurant out there, or at least doing the bar and grill thing. So it's gonna be nice, and that's gonna be for all of Summers Corner, not necessarily Horizons because they've got their own gig, but all the other like Azalea Ridge, and you got to remember we talk a lot about Horizons in Summers Corner, but in the non-55 plus, it's an enormous area. There's a ton of property out there, and they've got some really aggressive pricing sometimes on those homes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Peggy said,
and not just that, they have food truck Wednesdays.
Like, is it Wednesdays out there?
Cook dinner.
Yeah.
In Summers Corner, food truck Wednesday. There's food trucks that come and you just buy their food and you don't even have to cook it.
There you go.
Amazing.
Distinct.
Peggy, I love it.
She's on it. She said it's distinctive nails.
Love it.
Peggy also asked, Berkeley County Park in Nexton, is it a thing? So Peggy, I'm going to try to pull up some video here just to prove it really is a thing. So it's not open yet. I have a feeling they're waiting until springtime, summer, maybe. They didn't say exactly when. I know I saw a Facebook post about it that it was supposed to open in 2024. Obviously, that didn't happen, but there's a lot already done in there. Let me see if I can. Well, it'll come up. So this is just like a sitting area, pavilion area, I believe. You see all these trails around, and then when you go around the corner and to the left, there's a whole little splash park, or at least what looks like a splash park from the drone here. Soccer fields, there's some lights out there. So it is a thing. It's real. It's just not open yet.
So this is kind of between, like, kind of across from like Midtown area, right?
Across from Midtown in that horseshoe road. I forget the name of it, but it's between Del Webb and if you took that road around to where the new MUSC hospital is going to be. So it's on that horseshoe road.
Oh, is that the splash pad there? You think? The bluish green thing?
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, wow,
There's a little
nice.
building there. I'm assuming that's the restrooms and stuff like that.
Oh wow! I love how they have just carved out that field out of the trees. Love that.
They have lights out there. I wonder what they're going to be doing at nighttime there. That the lights are there.
Yeah, I would imagine it's got to be like rec soccer and rec football, flag football, maybe.
Like maybe adult football.
Yeah.
And there's all those trees that are causing us to be hacking. Listen, we always tell you, always the good with Charleston, always the bad. It is pollen season, baby.
There's the splash park for you, Jeff.
Okay, yeah. That's cool.
And it looks like a couple fire pits maybe there.
And we took this drone probably 3 months ago, didn't we?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it's got to be coming this summer.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Curtis says, any opinions on Crowley Golf Club? Oh, you probably mean Crowfield Golf Club in Goose Creek. So Robin lives super close to there, right?
I do. I love Crowfield. Okay, so they have this beautiful golf course. It's huge. They actually just opened a restaurant right overlooking the greens. And this restaurant is actually, I think it's like a 4-star restaurant because they have another one in on North Charleston, overlooking the river. So, yeah, super cool. I can't wait to try that out. In fact, I actually might take the husband there this weekend for lunch. So I will definitely get video of that. But yeah, I love Crowfield. It's amazing.
Yeah. So my daughter golfs there a lot because they have a lot of the tournaments there and whatnot. They just redid the restaurant. They put in a outside bar as well. And like in January when we were there for a tournament, they had the heaters out there and it was really, really cool. Crowfield is not a super long golf course, but it's very challenging. There's you have to play each shot for sure. Like I think it's number 6 kind of goes out and then down a hill and then there's a pond and the green is really small. So it's very challenging. You won't use your probably if you're a good golfer, you won't use your driver on every hole. I have to use my driver on almost every hole, but if you play golf, you probably won't, just because you have to think out each shot for sure.
And we've got homes in there on the golf course spread throughout that.
Yes. Yep.
Oh wow, Curtis could just walk out his back door and go golfing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Uh-oh. Sorry, Curtis.
Jackie says we do food trucks Wednesday night in Old Rice. Jackie is taking over the events over in Old Rice. I see her posting all the time.
Oh,
and,
nice.
She's like running all these events and stuff. So if you're ever out there, I'm sure she'll be around.
Get you the lobster truck in there, Jackie. It's good.
Oh my gosh, that lobster truck is great. Peggy said thank you. Jamal said for the wine enthusiast, Trader Joe's has a great worldwide selection at a reasonable price. They used to sell a brand for $1.99 a bottle years ago. It was fondly referred
to Chuck, baby.
To Chuck.
That was like Mad Dog back in the day.
Mad Dog, yes.
The brand name is Charles Shaw. Look at Valerie says you should work at Trader Joe's.
We're making connections, man.
We're gonna find out whenever Jamal comes here to buy a house and we meet him, and we're gonna say, "Hey, what do you do?" It's like, "Yeah, I'm marketing director for Trader Joe's."
Yeah. That's funny. Jackie said they have recreation. They have a recreation being built near Volvo at Avian Commons and brand new refuel. We were just out there, right, Jeff?
Yeah, we were there. That's going to be one of the next up and coming areas around Summerville, is all around Volvo. Fantastic trails that went for miles and miles and miles. That refuel station wasn't open quite yet when we were there a couple weeks ago. It looked like it was about to open, but they did have an advertisement up that they were doing food trucks out there. And we've heard that there's going to be multiple neighborhoods coming out that direction. So we'll be letting you guys know more about that soon.
Yeah.
Nice.
Peggy said, just wanted to share the hubby and I went to Hutchinson Square and Azalea Park yesterday. Love it. Yes, that's a great place. Great little restaurants, local restaurants. Just walking around there. You don't even have to go eat there. Just walking around and checking out the scenery. It's great.
They have a sunrise service there Easter morning at 7:00 in the morning, Peggy. If you're looking for a sunrise service ever in Summerville, there's one right there in Hutchinson Square.
Nice.
Jamal said, we met. I'm buying a house with you guys at 4 Seasons. Nice.
I love it.
Yeah, but do you work at the store? That's the question.
Trader Joe's.
And if you don't, maybe you should.
All right. I enjoy eating there more, Valerie. He doesn't want to work there. He just wants to eat there.
Well, plus, he could be in Four Seasons now. It's too far away.
Peggy said, thank you, Jeff. Jackie said, Summerville Farmers Market opens April 5th. So excited. So, Jackie, did you know there's also a Cane Bay Farmers Market? It's probably not as good as the Summerville Farmers Market, but you were here last year. You saw it, I'm sure. But at least, you can go right down the street.
Nice.
All right. I think we hit all of the comments. Did I miss any, Jeff?
No, we're good. We ran out of time. I had more stuff we want to talk about, so come back next Tuesday.
Yeah. Curtis has a new ad thread for the Summerville area.
Here.
Nice.
Everything's here.
Nice.
Here.
It's all here.
Right.
Everything you need is here, except for a surf park, and we might even have that.
Yeah, it's coming.
That's right.
It's in there. It's in there, Jeff.
Mama Greg will like that.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Robin, any final words before we go?
Nothing much. You know what? Hey, if you guys get a chance, check out Craig and my video that we did at Carnes the other day. We have another one coming, and I'm gonna tell you, it's just hysterical working with these guys. I can't even. Craig and I are like Rocky and Bullwinkle. I mean, it just fits.
Beavis and Butthead, more likely.
I can't. Hey, Craig in that crib was everything I could do. I was laughing behind the camera so hard. It was everything I could do not to spit up. All right. I had to help him up out of it. I mean, it was we broke a little door stop.
Yeah, I saw him in the baby crib. I thought
it was going to break. The springs were making sounds. I told him, hey, you break it, you buy it, man.
Don't you guys know that's just for show? That's not for, actually getting in.
And not for a 6 foot tall, 6'6" man.
I don't know what you're talking about. No clue.
Valerie says we have to bombard the Trader Joe's website with requests to bring a store to Summerville. Yes. Jamal said I'm the young-looking retired guy from California. LOL.
Okay. Well, this is the C. Jamal name that screwed me up.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
That is for your firm is licensed to use Summerville, where winos and golf cart drivers meet.
Classic.
Sold.
We'll get Joe's Carts to open up a wine bar at his one of his stores.
Yeah,
right?
I love it.
Hey, be like when I taught my oldest child how to drive. I had a wine glass. I put it in the middle, and I said, when it falls, we're done.
My Riley drove all the way to the Walmart in Goose Creek the other day. I was about to have chest pains. It was the first time we left the neighborhood. She did great. She did great.
Good for her. Good for her.
But it was still terrifying.
All right, Jeff, any final words before we go?
No, man, finish it up. We're good.
All right, everybody. At the end of this, when we hang up here, you'll see a QR code. Scan that QR code. Give us a Zoom call link or drop in. Schedule a Zoom call, And we would love to talk to you and talk about next steps about living here in South Carolina and beyond. We can help you pretty much anywhere across the country. We got people all over the place.
We got people for that.
We got people for that, yes. So let us know. Robin, make sure you find out about Savannah for Curtis.
Yes, I will. Thank you so much.
All right, everybody. I hope you have a great night. We'll see you next week. And be on the lookout for our videos on Friday and on Sunday as well. See ya.
Have fun, y'all.